This is the Jocko Underground podcast, number 129, sitting with Echo Charles. We are going to jump right into some Q&A tonight. Echo, go. Read. What do you got?
All right, first question, Jocko. Time management. I have a 2-year-old with primary physical custody and little to no family support. Whenever I'm not at work, I have my daughter. I've tried integrating her in with my workouts, but she's a danger to herself if I don't keep an eagle eye on her. I've always had an all or nothing mentality, which has made blocking out distractions so I can get after it a lot easier. Over the last 2.5 years, though, it seems like it's just been a steady stream of factors outside of my control that, even when mitigated, keep interfering with my workout routine. Is the all or nothing mentality the problem? And should I just accept inconsistent workouts, or am I missing something?
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, no, it's definitely real. And a mindset shift is needed, right? Because your daughter is now the priority and not a perfect workout, right? You're not going to get the perfect workout that you used to be able to get with the rest. The recovery, the time in the gym used to be 1 hour and 22 minutes for chest day, right? It's not happening anymore. It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's definitely not happening because you need to rearrange. So it's not going to be perfect. But even though your daughter is a priority, part of the priority that you have for your daughter is staying healthy yourself. So you still have to work out for her and for you. Mm-hmm. So what are we going to do? You know what I'm going to say right out of the gate, to wake up earlier. You know what I mean? Like, wake up before she's going to wake up and get that done. Which also could mean you need to get some kind of workout equipment in your house. Like, if I was a single dad, I would 100% have a squat rack and a pull-up bar or whatever equipment in my house. So I'm not even in the garage anymore. Like, in the garage, you got a 2-year-old, you might not be able to hear, baby monitor, all this stuff. No, I would be working out. I would set up my house. Probably my bedroom would be a small bed and a squat rack. So get some workout equipment in the house. At a minimum, get a pull-up bar, and you can do everything else, right? You get a pull-up bar, you do everything else. Because then you can hang rings from it. You can do dips. You can do all kinds of stuff. But be working out whenever you can, right? That's another thing. Is 2-year-olds take naps. But now you might be at work when she's taking naps. Okay, cool. 2-year-olds are going to eat dinner. What do you do? What are you going to do when they're eating dinner? They're in the little the seat with the tray in front of it that's made of plastic, and they throw everything everywhere. Yeah. You're sitting there doing kettlebell swings while that's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fully.
So work out whenever you can. Yeah, your all or nothing attitude is not going to work anymore. It's not going to work anymore. You need to get rid of that attitude and get into do what you can when you can. And make time. That's a big one. Make time. You got to make time for stuff. That's what we're doing. It's real simple. It's real straightforward. You're going to figure it out. Many people have figured it out. And you're going to figure it out too.
Yeah, I think that first answer, by the way, is a massive problem solver.
Which part?
Wake up earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Or do it after they go to bed if that's your jam, which I know you're not used to, but I'm actually more used to that. Like waiting for it and then doing it afterwards. But either I've done both and they both literally work. Here's the thing. I think, I don't know, my opinion, because I've been in this situation where anytime I get frustrated with my kids interrupting my workout, or let's face it, anyone interrupting my workout, you know how you get like, you get that frustration, like, hey, I'm busy. But it's like, man, I always revert back to your solution. Like, when you think, man, what can I tell them to make them understand my workout is important, right? I'm thinking that. I'm like, wait a second, I'm looking at it backwards. If I do this workout at a time that it's impossible for them to interrupt, generally speaking, that'll solve my problem. So when I just do it like before everyone wakes up, that'll 100%.
Or after everyone goes to bed.
Yeah, that'll 100% solve the problem. Like, put it this way, very reliably solve the problem. Of course, stuff happens or whatever, but that's how. Here's the thing, and I'm admitting this on air in front of you and everyone else who's listening. I'm like intimidated by making that huge schedule change, not by like a massive thing, but it's just one of these things like, if I don't have to, like, I'll just suck it up kind of a thing. But it doesn't change the literal fact that if I just, hey, that's the schedule now. 4:30 a.m. or whenever before everyone wakes up, it'll literally solve any of that problem. Pretty much permanently too. Yep. So that's usually, and of course there's exceptions. Everybody's schedule is different, so we don't know this guy's schedule. But all those tips, I think you even went kind of hard. I think just the waking up is going to solve it.
Yeah, that probably will.
And even the whole, well, I'm assuming he has a workout scenario at his residence. I'm assuming, because you can't just leave the kid.
Yeah.
While you go to the gym. And also, but he said, I try to incorporate her into the workout. So it's not like you can bring a 2-year-old to the gym anyway. So you can't.
So he's got something at home.
Yeah, you'd think. And even if it's in the garage, bro, baby monitor, freaking all day, bro. When I first had our first child, when me and my wife worked, when it was just me at home and the kid, I got to monitor the naps and all that. Bro, that baby monitor?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, fully. So, yeah, I think can be done, but the mindset, start with the mindset of like, hey, this all or nothing, because I'm like that too. Where I'm like, right, them interrupting versus them not interrupting is like night and day as far as the workout. But I think it was my mindset that was like, I'm like, it's almost like I'm committing to that mindset. I'm committing to the idea of if I get interrupted, it ruins my workout. But if you're like, no, bro, this is part of the whole challenge. Kids, I have kids now. I'm still going to work out hard, and I'm going to do both. I'm going to pay attention to them, and I'm going to work out. Right? Let's face it, way more comfortable when I can just put in the freaking headphones, put on whatever music, not have to worry about any kid, anybody interrupt. I get it. Yeah, that's ideal or whatever. But if you're like, hey, it's not going to be ideal, I'm still going to freaking go hard on my workout and make it like a priority with the kids around. But you'd be surprised how easy that works if you just make that mind shift. That's my opinion. Next question. Hi, Jocko. I'm sending this email because I was curious how to balance fatherhood and service in the SEAL teams. My question to you, how often did you have time to see your family? Did you have to deal with frequent moves? If so, how did you find ways to keep them in sports and activities with a consistently fluctuating schedule? Did elements of SEAL training influence your fatherhood? Did you teach your kids things you learned in the SEAL teams or made them train or do PT with you? Any advice for active duty infantry who wish to start a family but want their kids to have some stability and not move around constantly? Thank you.
Let's see. I was gone a lot. I was probably, in a SEAL platoon, probably gone 200 days a year. So like gone.
Half maybe? Or more than half?
More than half,
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, when you're in a platoon, you're just gone a lot. And so deployments then are 6-7 months long. And you do a little pre-deployment site survey. So there's 2 weeks. So it's like you're gone a lot.
So, sorry to interrupt, but what's the average, or even if this is even an appropriate question, like what's the average age of a member of a SEAL team? Or is it just all over the place?
Well, yeah. Well, you asked for an average, and you can take numbers that are all over the place and find an average. But,
yeah,
in a SEAL platoon, if you took a SEAL platoon of 20 guys, there's like, the platoon chief is 35. There's a couple older first classes that are. That is a little excerpt of what we are doing on the Jocko Underground podcast. So if you want to continue to listen, go to jockounderground.com and subscribe. And we're doing this to mitigate our reliance on external platforms so we are not subject to their control. And we're doing it so we can give you more control, more interaction, more direct connections, better communications with us, strengthen this legion of troopers that are in the game with us. So thank you. It's jockounderground.com. It costs $8.18 a month. And if you can't afford to support us, we can still support you. Just email assistance@jockounderground.com and we'll get you taken care of. Until then, we will see you mobilized underground.